do I have a special treat for you. If you watch my show, you know I just love spending time with our young people and talking to them about things that's going on in their lives and in the world. Well, I don't know if you've been under a rock or on the mountaintop, but there's this big movie that's out right now called The Black Panther. Well, I've seen it, and I know it's been out for a few months, so I want to go see it again. But I want to get your opinions on the movie. But before we start talking, let's go around and introduce ourselves. Let's start with you.
Well, my name is Kaya, and I'm 16 years old.
Okay.
My name's Aaliyah, and I'm 16.
Uh-huh.
I'm Jerron, and I'm 18.
18, okay.
I'm Marcus, and I'm 14.
14? Well, welcome to my show. So tell me, do you all understand why this movie, Black Panther, is so important to the African American community? If so, why do you think it is?
I think that it stands as, I don't want to go as far as saying revolutionary, but I think it really brings out a lot of things that we're going through, or a lot of things that we may have in our society, but we're basically, we're not downsizing it. I think that it really is really balanced, and that it really shows us basically a different part of what we may not see anymore.
It shows us in a different light than what people normally see Black people in. Anybody else, you think the same thing or something different?
I think that it was one of our first major times being on the big screen, having a movie centered around just us that wasn't like a historical event. Like, it was an enjoyable film for families to go see, like a superhero movie versus something like Thurgood Marshall's movie or something like that. How it was like historical. This one was more or less just for entertainment purposes.
That's a good point. You're right. And it wasn't a comedy like most of our movies are typically. They're comedies about us. So what do you guys think?
Well, I think it means that all Black Lives Matter, and when they put on the movie Black Panther, it shows that we could all depend on him, that he might change the world somehow.
That's a good point. I hadn't thought about
just
that
like Martin
either.
Luther King.
Just
like Martin Luther King back then in probably 19 or 1800s, where he was making an I Have a Dream speech, that dream that all whites and blacks come together and living in harmony.
I hadn't thought about it that way. And you're right. Now that I think about the movie and how open the main characters were to being a part and helping others too. So what do you think?
Well, I'm just piggyback off of what she said. I feel like it kind of shows like different lights of the African American community. How if we're split apart, the damage that can be caused to just people, like the whole community and society as a whole. But when we come together, how well things work smoothly, how much we can get done as a whole.
So in this movie, do you think this movie is defining a new movement for Black America? Anybody?
I would think so, because it shows another side. It shows another side to African Americans that we're not just what you may see, out on the street. That we do have, that we do have. I don't want to say another life, but we have, we have history, and that we can be smart, and that we can do these things, even if we don't, we wouldn't be in your face about it, basically parading around saying, like, even though we got this, or whatever in our background, or we can do this, we can do that, or whatever. We're not in your face about it, but we want you to know that we do have strength, and that we do have something to offer. Basically, kind of like in the movie, how you have in Wakanda, you had this power or so, but it was kept to them but they kept it a secret because I saw it, I think, in my opinion, both because if they shared it, they didn't want others to, I guess, abuse it or so, like how the villain, was doing, but also because they knew that it was going to start a lot of wars and a lot of trouble or so. And so there are reasons why there's a reason for everything. And so you have a reason for and there's a reason why we're where we are, but it doesn't mean that our history doesn't matter, that what happened before or whatever isn't just as important, or isn't just as important.
So Marcus, do you agree with her?
Yes, ma'am.
And why is that?
Well, because, it is true that all Black lives matter, that in the past it needs to matter as well, because we've been working so hard ever since we were young ones. And then we're trying to help each other out so that we'll be able to make the better future.
So tell me, who was your favorite male character in this movie and why? I have quite a few. So who was your favorite male character and why?
Honestly, it's kind of a tie between Killmonger and T'Challa. Now, I know Killmonger was like a really bad guy in the movie, but you could kind of see, I'm not going to like justify and say it was okay by any means, because it wasn't, but you can kind of see like what made him like that and what made him vengeful in the movie. So, I mean, overall, they both were my favorite. Then I liked T'Challa because, you know, he showed really great leadership skills.
Right.
He listened to what people had to say, didn't like blow up on people or treat them bad, as opposed to Killmonger, who did. When he got into throne, he was like already forcing people around and stuff. But T'Challa was more like democratic in his ways and tried to talk to the council of the people before he made decisions.
So fellas, who were your favorite female characters? There were quite a few.
I can't remember her name, but the general.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't remember her name, but I just like for like what she stood for and like how she was all about the throne and her people rather than deciding to go with T'Challa and leave once he was beaten in that battle. So I just respect her for that, and from that aspect, for standing with her country and standing for the people, for everybody, and not just for a couple of people.
Not to mention going up against the guy that she liked. Do you guys remember the scene where she was with that rhino scene?
Yeah.
I laughed so hard to myself because when she got in front of the person and right in front of that rhino, and he just like stopped and brushed to a hole and just like and looked at her. But yep, she did. She even did go up against the man that she loved. He basically challenged her too. He was like, "You wouldn't go up against me or whatever." She said, "For Wakanda." I would.
Yes,
for Wakanda.
That was something too. So tell me, did any of you like? I'm gonna get all the names wrong of the characters. The King's sister. What was her name?
The King's sister.
Zuri. Yes. Did you like her?
I bet
you did.
I love the scene when they had the handshake, and when he tried to hit he hit his suit, and it reflected him across the room.
She had her phone to record the whole thing, but he looked at her. She was like that. And then he looked at her suspiciously. She's like, "What? For research purposes, of course."
So, did you like her too?
That. Yes, ma'am.
And why did you like her?
Because she was always trying to support T'Challa all the time. She was always fun, especially her suit and clothes that she wears, and her jokes that she makes all the time throughout the whole movie. I was like, wow.
Wow, is right.
I was like, okay.
That's the sister you want.
The sneakers thing was really funny.
Oh yeah,
she's
that
like, I called them
funny.
sneakers.
Yeah.
I call them sneakers.
I wonder if she knew if we had them here in the States or outside of Wakanda.
I think that's what they were trying to portray. Like, she didn't know because I think they're like so kept in to their own thing that when she said I call them sneakers, she probably had no clue that that's like a common term.
Yeah, everybody's wearing.
I was wondering about that too. I didn't know if she was trying to make a joke or not. I just didn't say anything. I just dismissed that.
Well, those sandals he had on kind of jacked up, though.
They kind of were. I mean, it was disappointing.
Jacked up too. Yeah,
it was kind of disappointing.
Yeah, when I saw, I was like, ew.
She made the joke. What are those?
You know, with that, let's take a short break. When we come back, we're going to talk some more about the movie. Okay.
Oh, those boys are much too much. Those boys are much too much. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We're going to beat them and bust them.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Let's get a little bit rowdy, R-O-W-D-Y.
Take time to be a dad today. Call or visit fatherhood.gov to learn more.
G-Morning, sunshine. Wakey, wakey. You up? What'd you dream about? Me? JK. Text me back. I'll keep texting till you wake up. Are your parents home later? Is this something I did? Exclamation point, question mark? This isn't a joke. Hello? Text me.
Hi, welcome back to Video. I'm your host, Cynthia Thompson, here with some young people. We're talking about that fabulous movie, Black Panther. If you haven't seen it, you must go out and see it because it is really, really good. So before we went on break, we talked about some of your favorite characters, but there was one character on there that was not so nice. His name was? Killmonger. I should remember that, shouldn't I? So we met him when he was a little boy, remember, in the movie? Mm-hmm. And then he had a tragic event in his life, and he grew up to be not such a nice person. Mm-hmm. Do you understand why he was that way? And do you know anybody that's like that now that you interact with?
I don't really know anybody that's like that. I can kind of understand why he's like that, although he's taking his anger out on the wrong people, because I feel like that was a problem that was between him and T'Challa's father, not the people of Wakanda in like the time that the movie was filmed, or even T'Challa himself, because he had no clue.
Well, I also wanted to add that I think in the scene, his father, I think, was promising him that he would take him to Wakanda. He made a promise to him, I think, when he was a kid, that he would take him to Wakanda. And then when he looked up, I'm wondering if he really did recognize or believe that was probably a Wakanda ship. But he, I think, also felt that they abandoned him, too.
That's true.
And so I think it was both. So he was taking his anger out on Wakanda, I think, for a reason personally, too, but still not saying that was right, but he did. But I think that was another reason why he wanted to do that with Wakanda, which, in my opinion, didn't really make too much sense, because he needed the resources there if he was trying to send it out to the rest of the world, and he needs it to be, and he's wanting to have it rise up as if it's for the good of Wakanda, yet he's still trying to take revenge on it. Didn't really make too much sense to me.
I'm sorry to cut you off. I wonder if they knew about him, because he was out playing basketball. He was young. They may not have known he had a son. What do you all think?
I don't think they did.
I don't think they did. They were really surprised when they heard him introduce himself.
Oh, they did not know, because the king saw that necklace. He had that ring. So they did not know. Do you think that with his father's death, that maybe, and him being in foster care, we have to assume that's what happened to him. He was in foster care. He would have turned out differently had his father not died, because he was pretty much there all along.
Well, he actually was really smart. Like,
very
based
smart.
on the information they pulled up, he really could have had a successful life if he wasn't bent on vengeance, because he graduated from a good school. He went into the military and stuff. Like, he really was doing some good things. I just don't think that they were for the right reason. So I feel like it probably could have turned out differently, but it might not have turned out I'm not going to say as good, but I feel like it might have had a different result in the end.
Do you fellas think that him not having a father made an impact on the way he grew up and became an adult, the way he carried himself as an adult?
Well, yeah, definitely, because he didn't have the leadership from his father. And even though his father wasn't the best guy, how he was stealing from Wakanda, I feel like his father did it for a good reason, to bring vibranium, or the resource that Wakanda had, in order to help better society as a whole. So I feel like without that leadership from his father, he just, he didn't know what to do. And he didn't know how to go about things in life.
What do you think, Marcus?
Well, maybe without his father, he would be flip out all of a sudden. He'd be just tearing down everything, just laying out his anger out. And without his father's footsteps, he wouldn't be. Without his father's footsteps, he would have been that way.
Sounds like you all are saying that it's very important to have a father figure in the home. So all of your dads are in your home, right?
Yeah. My dad died. But But like my uncles and stuff are there, so yeah. I mean, I live pretty good, I guess.
So do you all see the importance of having a father figure in the home or a male figure there to give you some guidance? And it sounds like he did not have any while he was growing up, so he was angry when he found out that his people killed his own father, even though he didn't know why.
Yeah.
So if by chance you ran across someone in your school that didn't have a father figure in the home and they were angry, what would you think? Because there's a lot of reasons why there's not a dad in the house. What would you think about that student?
Are you asking like?
Yeah. Well, like if by chance Marcus' dad wasn't in his home and he was not happy and stuff, what would you think about him? Or what would you say to him, if anything?
I'd probably just say,
because I know you all know some boys that are in single-family homes where the mother is the parent and they don't have a father there. Do you see them differently than what you see yourself in your home?
Not really.
Not really?
Well, my friends that I know, they have like...
both parents are at home?
Well, both parents are at home, and if not, their mothers like really take that role of the father figure and just really support and just influence them as a father would.
Yeah. Okay, I know that's kind of a tough and deep question, isn't it? So on to something lighter. What or why do you think the people from other countries have embraced our movie so much? Like people from Asia, Korea, Africa, other countries, they really like the movie too. Why do you think they like it so much? You know, because when I first saw the preview, it's like, oh, that's going to be our movie. But everybody else likes it too.
Underrepresentation. I feel like other represented like populations may feel like it's kind of a movie speaking to them as well.
I think it's also the moral too of it. So because at the end of the day, the result was that Wakanda did decide to share their resources with the world. And the world and different parts of the world that needed it, that truly needed it, because they saw, based on the villain. I say the villain because,
well, that's what he is.
But they looked at it as a way, instead of him just being another bad guy or whatever, or villain that they took, that is no longer there. They saw it as a way or an opportunity to redeem themselves and to learn from the mistakes that others before them had made. And that they felt that it was time, basically, that it opened their eyes, I would say, to really seeing what how other parts of the world feel. And that it is their duty and responsibility for those with the power or ability to help them to be able to help them. Gonna help them. And so I think the message is not just for, I guess, African Americans, it's for everyone.
Okay. So what do you all think? And the reason why I asked you this question, give you a couple more minutes to think about it, is because I read an article that the Asian community, they really related to this movie, but they're not Black, So why do you think other people are gravitating towards this movie that aren't Black? Do you think because it's a superhero?
Partially. Everybody likes a superhero movie. But yeah, I think it's like what she said. I think it's like and what she said about how it's representing all cultures and all populations, not just African American people, and how it's showing how like even small countries have the power to do big things for the world as a whole.
So Marcus, tell me.
So, well, same for his is for all cultures of the world. And yeah, it's the same thing for him.
Like the message that they're trying to relay is universal for everyone?
Right, because everyone everyone looks different, but we're all still equal.
Huh. Okay. So tell me, what did you think about the women in this movie? Ladies and men? I was very impressed by what I saw.
They were not playing when they said for Wakanda. I mean, one of them, I saw one of them died. I saw one of them died.
Yeah,
one of them did die. I was really impressed how they portrayed them. They portrayed them strong. Yeah. They portrayed them determined. Mm-hmm. They really did well with them.
They took a lead role in this movie.
Oh, I mean,
they made them the guards, the soldiers. I mean, basically saying to every one of them, to everyone else, that this is us. Yeah, and we can take you down.
Okay, they were the fiercest fighters, in my opinion. Like, I mean, I feel like their representation is how women want to be represented, even if that's not how society views us sometimes. The movie did a good role of portraying that aspect of how we should be represented.
What about you guys over here? What do you think about the ladies, Marcus?
Well, they're actually almost part of the big deal, a part of the society. And like she said, like what they said, they probably did a good role, lead a good role about their Wakanda. And it shows that women matter as well.
So tell me, this question might be for you. Were you surprised or shocked or disappointed that all the women were dark-skinned? Because that's something you normally don't see on the big screen. You normally see your complexion maybe lighter than me. We don't see the dark black women on film. What did you think about that? And how do you think that made you feel as a black person to see a dark-skinned lady with a powerful role in a movie?
Well, that made me feel great on the inside because it's like it gave them the opportunity to shine just as everybody else. You know, it gave them the chance to, show what they can do. And now all skin colors are beautiful, not just the lighter skin color, not the lighter skin tones.
That's what stood out to me when I saw. I was like, man, they're all dark. Look at that. Yeah. And they're all, well, what I got from the women was that they were strong, smart, loyal, and family oriented. You know, even though the king, what's his name? T'Challa. His girlfriend that had broken up, she still stood there by him and fought that fight with him. And you know what? Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk some more about this, okay? Okay. All right.
Since I got adopted, I've learned a lot about these humans.
I know. I mean, check out these two. It's Flirt City over here. I think she's getting his number.
Nice.
Your human's got some sweet moves.
Takes after his dog.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Welcome back to Betty. I'm your host, Cynthia Thompson, with some young people, and our show is almost over, but I want to ask you all one last question. And we're going to start with you, Marcus. So, this was a great movie. It really showed black people in a positive light. What did you take from the movie after you saw it?
It was inspiring to the whole world and to probably all cultures of it as well, especially to blacks, because it's supporting black people. And again, black people all matter. All black people matter as well.
Good point. So, what about you?
Like my man Marcus, it was also inspiring to me. It inspired me to get out and go do something. Like how at the end of the movie they said that they wanted to give out their vibranium to the entire world. It inspired me to want to do something to help out the whole world, just my community. Just do something.
Okay. How about you?
I will agree very much with both of them that it is really an inspiring movie, and it's a movie that needed to be made to show that there is strength in all of us, no matter how you may see us. I think I think at first or so. There's strength in all of us, and we all really do need to just really calm down for a minute and just really look at the things that are going on in the world and do what you can to try and help just even a little bit. But it's also and it provided strength, I think, in all aspects, both in African Americans and women, and basically with everyone. And so it really is an international movie, in my opinion.
Okay, last but not least.
Honestly, it probably is going to be the best movie that I see all year. Like, I really enjoyed it. And, I mean, like what Kaya said, it empowered a lot of people, not even just women. Like, men could go in there and feel empowered based off of what they saw, like how T'Challa took down, like, 12 men on his own, maybe, at the beginning of the movie.
In the dark?
Like, in the dark. Like, I'm not sure how he could see. Like, it's stuff like that really speaks volumes to, like, populations, communities, different cultures around the world and stuff that makes it an international hit, that makes people want to go out and see it and spend their money on it. So, yeah.
I agree with all of you all. Go ahead.
That one thing. I feel like it also brought, like, people together. Because, I mean, everybody was wearing dashiki.
You're right.
Like, African clothes in order to support the movie before they even saw the movie.
Right.
I mean, it just brought everybody together in that aspect of, I guess, showing love to the African culture and showing respect to, I guess, that way of life.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I feel like Africa is misrepresented, and I feel like they did a good job of representing Africa, because a lot of times when you think of Africa, you're going to think of like the poorer parts of Africa that are struggling and stuff, and then you see a film that has Wakanda featured and they have better technology than people here. They could heal like a spinal cord injury like it was nothing. Like, that's amazing. And I feel like it was really showing like that's not just what Africa is.
Right.
Yeah, they were even saying, like, in the movie how Wakanda was a third world country before
third world country is supposed to be poorest. It's supposed to be one of the poorest areas in the world, and that basically just said, well,
maybe
it's richest. Yeah, it looks like they're one of the richest.
Trying to trick us like
maybe it's not. Well, thank you all again for coming. You have to come back. We'll have to do this again and talk about something else. And I want to thank each and every one of you for watching my show, A Better You, here on Public Access 21 every Wednesday night at 6 p.m.